Alligators snap, vultures lurch, parrots perch, and have you seen the horn on the unicorn? Down at the Alphabet Zoo.
Hi, Duster. Hello. Today on Alphabet Zoo, it's the fourth letter, the letter D. D can be for deer, duck.
Don't forget the most important animal of the lot.
Oh, yes, how could I forget? Yes, today it's the letter D for dog. And the story I'll be telling you is all about Duster. Dogs are creatures that love eating and sleeping and then eating again. They're not very keen on rushing about. Unless, like Duster in this story, they're on the trail of something very important. Here's the story of Duster the dog. It had been raining heavily for days. Duster looked out of his kennel at the rain pouring down. He'd heard a passer-by say it had been raining cats and dogs. Well, he'd looked and looked, but he'd certainly not seen any cats or dogs raining down. Perhaps it was happening in another part of the town. He turned back to gnaw at an old bone, but without much interest. Old bones were all very well, but after a while a dog needed a change. And a change could mean only one thing: cheese. Why is it that all dogs like cheese? Duster wondered. Maybe because we're all such sensible animals. Just as he was turning to tidy up his old bones and blanket, his attention was caught by one of the most beautiful sights he'd ever seen. There before him, stretching across the sky, as the dark rain clouds moved away, Duster saw a most beautiful, magnificent rainbow. "It's a beauty, isn't it?" chirped a cheeky voice. Duster looked up and saw Sydney the sparrow on top of the kennel.
"Yes," he replied. "It's what we dogs call a real snorter."
"They say," continued Sydney Sparrow, "that there's a crock of gold at the end of every rainbow, but I don't believe it myself. Probably just a shaggy dog story."
"Oh, really?"
said Duster, suddenly interested.
"I'd never heard that before. Why don't you fly quickly and find out if it's true?"
"No, can't stop," said Sydney. "I'm on the telephone wires this morning."
"Why? What's up?"
asked Duster.
"Just making sure the messages get through as usual. Can't stop."
And off flew Sydney Sparrow. Duster looked back at the rainbow. Was there really a crock of gold or something like that at the end of it? Quickly, he decided to find out for himself before it was too late. Making up his mind, Duster bounded out of the kennel, leapt the garden wall, and then charged along the pavement in the direction of the rainbow. On the pavement were people hurrying home for tea.
Out of the way, dog in a hurry,"
barked Duster. But as he barked, lots of other dogs began to take notice. First one, then another in the gardens down the street popped their heads over the wall.
"He's just going home,"
said Curly the cross-eyed collie before going back to sleep.
"Did he say bone?"
said a little terrier.
"He's after a bone,"
yelled the dachshund.
Quick, quick, after him, or we'll be too late."
"Heavens, a stampede!"
cried a lady at the bus stop. "It's only Duster," said the little girl who lived next door and was now on her way home from school. "I've seen it all before." Suddenly, Duster came to a screeching halt, and one by one, with a wallop and a bang, the dogs crashed into each other until they were all in a heap.
"Where's the bone? Where's the bone?"
panted the dachshund. Duster turned and looked at all the dogs sprawled behind him with surprise.
"Oh, nice to have you along,"
he said. Then he turned back to where the end of the rainbow should have been.
"Oh, too late, he cried.
All that was in the street was a large parked lorry. The dogs looked at it and each other in surprise. "Is that what we chased through the street for?" barked the terrier gruffly. At that moment, a man came out of a shop with a barrow and opened the back door of the lorry. "Ooh, ooh," said all the dogs together, as an unmistakable smell hit their noses.
"It's cheese,"
said Duster.
"Oh my, oh my, oh my."
The man turned and looked at the dozen dogs sitting there with their tongues hanging right out of their mouths, and all of them in a daydream at the sight before them. He scratched his head in amazement. Then he followed their gaze and looked at the huge gorgonzola cheese on the back of the lorry. "So that's it," grinned the man. "Well, if it's cheese you want, I reckon the boss won't mind sparing a piece or two, especially as you're all waiting so patiently." He reached up and with his pocket knife cut off pieces of cheese for all the dogs, and an extra big bit for Duster, who looked the hungriest. Later, much later, when Duster made his way through the streets with a taste of gorgonzola cheese still in his mouth, he heard a cheeky voice above him.
Well, did you find out what's at the end of the rainbow?
Chirped Sidney the Sparrow from his telegraph pole.
Is it really gold?
No, said Duster with a huge grin.
It's cheese.
Oh, lots of lovely Dusters. Have you
Actually,
seen
I've
his
just
pictures?
been asking which one he likes the best.
Which
I
does
was
he
looking
like?
at this one here
Do you like
from
that one,
Lisa
Duster?
Davis. It's got such a great face. It's
Oh,
not.
isn't it?
That's from Lisa, who's from Bradley, West Midlands. And this one, that's really got him, hasn't it? Look, you like
Edward
that one?
Jarvis from Hull did that. It's a wonderful one.
And this one, I think, is just such a very good drawing from Linda Short of Irchester, is that?
Probably Ilchester, I should think, Northants. I don't know. Duster. That's
Smash and drawing.
lovely.
And this one from Christine Jarvis in Hull. I mean, she's got the cheese in there.
And the cheese and the carrots.
And the carrots.
TV star. Do you think that one's good? Look, do you think that one's a good one?
That one. And this one from Sarah Stringfellow. She's 5 and she's from Neville County Infant School in Bramhall.
Oh, I love
Isn't that terrific?
He's so cheeky.
He's got a
His
blue
little tongue
collar
hanging
on.
out. Yes.
And
Blue
a
tail.
blue tail.
He's got a tail muff to keep him warm. Aren't they lovely? Would you like to see some more?
Duster, oh Duster, oh what a lucky dog you are. Duster, oh Duster, you must have been born under a lucky star. All your friends from Alphabet Zoo want to come around and play with you. From Adelaide to Kenny the kangaroo, from Martin the monkey, Zoe the zebra too. Oh Duster, oh Duster, oh what a lucky dog you are. Duster, oh Duster, you must have been born under a lucky star. From Alphabet Zoo, all your friends follow you where the rainbow ends. Don't you know they were so pleased when you found that piece of cheese? Duster, oh Duster, oh what a lucky dog you are. Duster, oh Duster, you must have been born under a lucky star. Everyone smiles as you pass through. That's a famous dog from Alphabet Zoo. Wonder where he's going today. I wonder the people nod and say. That must be Duster, oh Duster, oh what a lucky dog you are. Duster, oh Duster, you must have been born under a lucky star. And he's 6 stone now and only a pup. A big will he be when he grows up. I wonder when we'll bring him fame. Everyone will know his name. It's Duster, oh Duster, oh what a lucky dog you are. Duster, oh Duster, you must have been born under a lucky star.
Were you born under a lucky star, Duster? I think you were. Isn't it amazing to think he's just a pup?
I know, it's quite scary actually. I wonder
How big he's going
well,
to
they
grow
get to be as big as a man. And weigh as much as a man anyway.
Heavens.
Eat as much.
Yes, you like your cheese, don't you?
You knew
I
I
think he
had some
deserves
cheese
a bit
for
of
you.
cheese for sitting so still there.
He certainly
Yeah.
does.
I thought he was going to
He
jump
liked
off
his
at
song,
one
I think,
minute.
though.
I hope so, because I was
Yeah,
going to
did
listen
you
to
like
my
your song?
banjo if he didn't.
Did you? Did you like your song?
Gorillas grunt, hedgehogs hunt, zebras bray, possums play. Come and meet them all at the alphabet zoo. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all at the alphabet zoo.